Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So my background is registered nursing. So I've been a registered nurse for over a decade. And 3 years ago, I studied a graduate diploma of psychology. And 3 years ago, I started my own business in meditation and also empowerment programs.
Being a nurse myself, I've seen, amongst my peers, so many people take different paths.
Yeah.
What sort of pushed you down that mindfulness and meditation path?
It was actually a personal experience. I had brain surgery, I think in 2009, and my mindset had to change after that. I was in chronic pain for 6 years prior to it, and then had the surgery, finding out that I was had a condition that was turning me into a paraplegic. The chronic pain was getting so bad, mentally, emotionally, physically, that I had to do something. So that got me into a whole new notion of what the mind can do.
So Feel Good February just passed. Tell me some of the things that you think, tips that people could be doing to help themselves feel better.
I think it's finding someone that you connect with, someone who teaches meditation or someone who's online in meditation that you actually like the sound of their voice, you like the message that they're delivering. Because I think meditation has got a stigma that, you're sitting on a mountain, you're chanting Om all the time and you're an enlightened being. And it can be daunting for a lot of people, so I think it's about trial and error.
I guess that's a really good point, and it's a philosophy that you can probably apply to a whole range of different things within our lives. But if someone tried meditation and it was sitting in a room, silence, and bells ringing, and you're cross-legged chanting, it might not work for them. But clearly people talk about swimming can be really meditative.
Absolutely.
Obviously, colouring books and mindfulness seems to be popular at the moment. So I suppose what I'm taking for what you said is that you just got to try what works for you.
Yep, absolutely. And the core essence of meditation is really becoming self-aware. So you're self-aware of how you speak, you're self-aware of how you think, you're self-aware of how you interact with other people, your patterns, your behaviours. And if you're not getting that out of meditation, then meditation isn't, I guess, really doing the job for you. Or maybe you just, you're not linking in with the right form of meditation that is going to help you become self-aware.
A lot of the work we do is with older people living in their own homes. So what's your experience with older people?
They're probably less inclined to think that they need it or even that they're aware of it. Certainly I see people who up to maybe their 60s who are open to it and who have had incredible benefits out of it. But generally older than that, I think that maybe they're potentially into maybe more so religion or prayer, just by being in an older generation.
It's interesting you say that, because one of my nanas was a real knitter, and so she would often be just hours knitting, which must be very self-aware, where you are focused on one task. It's got to have some similarities to the trendy colouring book that sitting in my office that I'm still halfway through page one, but there must be some similarities.
Yep, absolutely. So it'd be the same with swimming, it'd be the same with gardening, because you're focusing on, if you're swimming, stroke, breathe, stroke, breathe, then you're in a zone. So yeah, you're spot on.
I assume it's not the sort of thing that you just do once a month and go, I've got this covered. Like, how often do you think people should meditate? Every day? How often should people be devoting time to this sort of mental health well-being?
I think every day. If you want to feel good every day, then it's every day.
And so what does it feel like for you now? Meditation, mindfulness, like what does that do for you?
It's an amazing feeling. Meditation for me is my reboot. It's my way to regenerate. I'm much calmer, much sharper in how I think and how and just open in how I interact with people. So there's just some of the things that...
And do you see a difference like now versus say 5 or 10 years ago? Were you a different person?
Wow.
Then?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
So there's hope for me yet.
Start tomorrow.